Gary Joseph. Long couple and deep wind. Couldn't get it past Foxy. Catch. And hit the goal. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can. And Lewis just kept carving it. The right-hand South African loved it. Joseph. Long ball and then went. Couldn't get it past Foxy. Catch and hit the guy. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can, and Lewis just kept calming it. The right-handed South African loved it. Joseph. Long ball and then went. Couldn't get it past Foxy. Catch and hit the guy. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can, and Lewis just kept calming it. The right-handed South African loved it. Joseph. Long ball and then went. Couldn't get it past Foxy. Catch and hit the guy. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can, and Lewis just kept calming it. The right-handed South African loved it. Gary Joseph. Long ball and deep wind. Couldn't get it past Foxy W. Catch and hit the goal. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can, and Lewis just kept carving it. The right-hand South African loved it. Gary Joseph. Long ball and deep wind. Couldn't get it past Foxy W. Catch and hit the goal. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can, and Lewis just kept carving it. The right-hand South African loved it.
Good morning, everyone. Can I ask you to take your seats? The tables at the back are reserved for the media. Could everybody else take a seat at the front, please, so that we can get started shortly? Thank you. Thank you. Good morning again. We shall get started now. And because we are people of prayer, we will start with prayer. And with that, we will invite Mrs. Hazel Williams to come to the lectern to offer a word of prayer. Mrs. Williams.
Good morning, everybody. Let us stand. Let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, our majestic Creator, the Lord of our success, we approach your throne room this morning, and we thank you for your grace. Lord, we thank you for this establishment called the Cable. And so at this time, we welcome you in our midst, and we pray that your awesome presence will fill this place and take control. Lord, we are reminded that Scripture says, commit your work to the Lord, and then you will succeed. Lord, we commit into your hands this launch. We pray that you would bless today's proceedings. Bless our endeavors, our plans, our projects, and our programs, that we may achieve our goals and objectives. Lord, give us divine wisdom. Give guidance to our CEO, our staff, the board of directors, and all participants. Lord, bless the efforts of our hard-working team as we strive to meet the demands of our valued customers. We ask that you would continue to sustain us financially, that we would experience growth, development, and prosperity. We give you praise and we give you thanks as you take control of today's proceedings. These mercies we ask in Jesus' name, and we say, Amen.
Thank you for your prayer, Mrs. Williams. In everything we ought to give thanks, and especially in times like these. I want to welcome you to this event. My name is Laverne Keynes, and I shall chair this morning's proceedings. We are very grateful that you have come out in your numbers this morning to witness what is very special launch of a solution that is being rolled out to customers of the Cable. It is my pleasure to welcome you against the backdrop that we were here just about a year ago, of course, under different circumstances, because we were more closely knitted, but circumstances have drifted us a little bit apart this morning, and it is almost for that reason why we're here to tell you, why we can get you back closer together. And so I want to, on behalf of the Cable, bid everyone a special welcome. I want to recognize Honorable Akila Byron, the Minister of Health, ICT, Entertainment, Entrepreneurship and Talent Development, the Chief Executive of the Cable, Ms. Patricia Walters, Mr. Othniel Heiliger, Chairman of the Board of the Cable, other members of the Board of the Cable, Mrs. Bibiana Henry, the Chief Commercial Officer of the Cable, other members of the management team and staff of the Cable, specially invited guests, and members of the media. Again, I wish you a very happy Friday morning. The Cable is a small, local company, but it prides itself as having a big vision. And I was listening to the news recently, and I realized that the Prime Minister was underscoring the support for local businesses. Because at a time like this, we need to really show more pride in our localness and support local undertakings. And so this is a good time for us to say that the Cable is a local company. In fact, the Cable was born at the same time when we were entering independence almost 37 years ago. And so it is one of those institutions that we really ought to embrace with pride. And the Cable has come back this morning to share a story about a technology that would empower people. In fact, I call it a leveraging of technology that would serve to empower people, while at the same time it is meant to keep us healthy and safe. I'm not meant to give away all the details. I'm just going to throw a little bit of hints at you right now. This is a very exciting time for the staff and the management at the Cable. The improvements and the offerings that you're seeing being rolled out at the Cable this morning comes from local people, local talent, from the management and the staff to the subcontractors that work for the Cable. And so there is a reason why over the course of this morning's event, there's going to be a strong emphasis on localness and supporting local talent. And so I want to again welcome you on behalf of the Cable, a small company with a big vision, a company that is seeking to empower its customers in everything that it does. And on their behalf, I want to thank members of the listening audience, because I'm told we're streaming live, for their support. We're going to move right into the program. And at this point, we're going to have remarks from the chairman, Mr. Othniel Heiliger, who I welcome now to the lectern.
Thank you, Lavon. Honorable Akila Byron, Minister with responsibility for cable and all other departments, the CEO, Mr. Pat Walters, Lavon, Keynes, and Bibiana Henry, all at the head table. Fellow directors, members of staff and management, members of the media, I'm here this morning as a part of this auspicious occasion. This morning, we are going to do something that most people would have never thought of. But we are also helped or enabled in this area because of COVID. COVID has showed us the need for a company like the Cable. And as Lavon indicated, we are a local company. The Cable, as we know, started some 37 years ago on the birth of the nation. So to continue along that line, we have decided that we're going to keep it local. Last year, year before, we could recall the buzz in the air that we are going to sell the Cable, or the Cable is for sale. That was one of the things which I totally objected to as chairman of the board, along with the other directors, that we cannot sell the Cable. It is a local company. And if we sell the Cable, we would be giving away our lifeblood. Like 400 years ago when we had sugar, where everything from the sugar industry was sent back to the mother countries, we decided that it cannot happen. So therefore, after the last 2 years, as we all are aware, the Cable has now become more of a household name. We employed a CEO in the person of Ms. Pat Walters, and all I can do is to give kudos to her and her team. As we are aware, the management of a company is very crucial. And I have to say it, when we decided to seek a new leader of the company with the retirement of Bill Ewing, who was one of the founding members of the Cable, we got an international company to do a search. And believe it or not, it was over 147 applicants from all over the world who came and wanted to be a part of this company. But Miss Pat Walters, one of our own, local person, came out shining. And I think we need to give her a round of applause for that. Since then, since Ms. Walters has been in position, we are seeing nothing but good things. This morning, we are here to launch MyCable. And when I say MyCable, it's not just MyCable, it's all of us. That's why we call it MyCable. We are a part of it. And one of the things which I want to say here is that on becoming the chairman of this company, I recognize the importance of it and had several meetings with the former minister of the cable, who was the Attorney General. And one of the things that I suggested, that instead of selling, we need to start buying. So when you go to places like Dominica and Grenada and Antigua, and you ask the question, who is your service provider? They would be able to say, the cable. So it's not the cable for St. Kitts alone, but I see it as a regional company. So that is where we want to put it. Okay? So just take that in mind and look at where we can be. There would be some time when we start selling shares within the cable. And I'm advising each and every one, within the sound of my voice, when the cable put those stocks up there for sale, make certain that you are part of it. You be an owner, and you, as a local Kittitian division, you can make a decision when it comes around the business of the cable. So without any further ado, I would like to end by saying thank you all for coming, and we look forward to all your questions, comments, suggestions, and whatever you see possible for the cable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Heiliger. I don't know if you remember last year when you were here, he hopped his way to the lectern because he was on crutches. So it's good to see that he has fully recovered now and he has come back today with a lot of vibrancy and power. I know if you have been listening closely, the one thing that may have excited you. I know he said a lot of things to have excited us, but the one thing that may have excited us was the possibility of becoming shareholders in the cable. And I think that we should begin to make notes now and look forward to that day, because it would in fact give the company, I guess, more credibility as a local company, when in fact local people can invest in it. And so we are going to look forward to the day when there's more news and that announcement, Mr. Chairman Heiliger. I'm now going to welcome the CEO, Ms. Patricia Walters, to talk to us. I don't know if she's going to share. We're still in mystery, sort of, because the chairman only hinted that we had to talk about MyCable, but we still don't know what is MyCable. But surely it suggests that all of us in this room, if we are subscribers to the company, the MyCable would put us closer to having a vested interest in being customers of the company. And so more news, more unfolding of that information would come, and let's see if the CEO would get us closer to getting that information. I'll welcome her now to the lectern.
Good morning, everyone. If you would permit me to adopt the protocol, Madam MC. I wish to acknowledge and thank everybody who's here this morning, everyone who responded to our invitation, and it's great to see so many people out. I know there was one stage where people didn't want to come out at all, and then there's a stage where people want to come out because they're stir crazy, but it's nice that you're actually here in this new environment. I want to especially thank the media, and you have a role to play after this in going and sharing this information. And a real special thanks for our minister, who I know is rushing from meeting to meeting and has graciously graced us with her presence today. So thank you I want to also acknowledge the absence of a dear media friend of ours, Val T from Sugar City Rock, who is hospitalized and who always attends our conferences. I wish him on behalf of the Cable and everybody here today a speedy recovery as he's hospitalized. And I know we have someone representing us from Sugar City Rock, so please share our sentiments with him. A year ago, we were here to launch Ultra TV. A year ago seems like a lifetime ago. The world has completely changed. It's surreal now. We talk about hindsight is 2020. If we had known that that meant the year 2020 would be something nobody could ever predict, I think we would have done things differently in 2019. The holidays that we said we'd do in 2020, we would have done in 2019. The clothes we bought, the car we would have bought, the house we would have bought, we would have done in 2019. They say hindsight is 2020. Wow. And never a truer word said in jest, right? So I'm here today for three things. The first thing is to talk about our enhanced broadband services. When we came here last year, we promised more where it matters. And in this time of the pandemic, more internet matters. More internet for everyone. It's said that necessity is the mother of invention, and surely in the last few months, since COVID-19, as we've been hemmed in, we've seen the explosion of relevant e-commerce, digital and consumer-based services around the globe. And what about right here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis? Who would have thought a few months ago that we would be subscribing to online grocery delivery services, locally based rum-made hand sanitizers, fashionista masks that match your outfit, so you have a different one for each outfit that you have, virtual Zoom parties, soca-size via Zoom, family reunions via Zoom, curbside pickups for equipment, virtual worship, virtual online study and online classes. Who would have thought in January, even February, that our lives would have changed so much? And in all of that is broadband and the e-commerce digital world. So at this time, I'm proud to announce, once again, last year we talked about same price, more speed. This year, it's more speed, not 1 cent more. See more, hear more, feel more for not 1 cent more. We doubled our bandwidth a year ago. This year, we're giving you the basic. Last year, we didn't touch Flash. Flash was the entry-level package at 6 megs. We've realized with this pandemic that everybody needs internet, and affordability is key to everybody right now. So Flash now, which was 6 megs, is now 15 megs down and 3 megs up. Enough for you to have somebody, one of your children, online learning, 2 or 3 devices at home. So somebody working from home, 1 or 2 children. Very affordable at $97 plus VAT. So Flash, the download speeds have doubled. And with Bolt, particularly for entertainment, media personnel, entrepreneurs who need to upload content to the internet, we have tripled the upload speeds. So before it was 30 megs down and 3 megs up, and now it's 35 megs down and 10 megs up. Enough to upload your files with content easily and fast. For Strike, Storm, and Extreme, we've increased the upload speeds. We've kept everything else the same. The price is the same, but the upload speeds have increased. So more functionality, more affordability at the same price. And a few months ago, at the start of the pandemic, we actually reduced the prices of our Flash and Bolt. That was not sustainable for commercial reasons, so what we've done instead is increase the prices. The vision. Who was it? Was it you, Laverne, that just said small company, local company, big vision? Our vision, and we said it last year, is for every single citizen and resident of St. Kitts and Nevis to have access to minimum broadband speeds of 100 megs. So when we say we had 6 megs a year ago, that's now 15, that's going to go 100 megs minimum. If I coin a phrase from the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, he said, what is a vision? A vision is not only what could be, but it's what should be. A vision isn't just what could be, but it's what should be. And it should be that every citizen in St. Kitts and Nevis has access to minimum broadband speeds of 100 megs that's affordable, available, and accessible. And that's the vision of the cable, to deploy that in the next year to 2 years. And we have a huge network investment starting very, very shortly to enable that vision. So that's number one, broadband, increased broadband. So is anybody with that vision with us? Do you not think we deserve minimum 100 megs? Yeah. For every citizen, every resident, every nook, every cranny, and we're rolling out to new areas. We've been Farms Meadow in Sandy Point, Cane Grove, St. Peter's, and we're publishing the areas that perhaps might not be economical, but they're necessary for our residents and citizens to have internet. So that's internet. Number two, our website. We have a nice, new, bright, vibrant, functional website that will be spoken about after the minister's done her presentation by a local entrepreneur who's developed our website for us, and there'll be a demo. So broadband, everything e-commerce digital. So our broadband, number one, not a cent more for more speeds. Number two, a nice new functional website. And number three, the real reason that we're here is the launch of MyCable. One of the questions that haunts me as a CEO is, how does this company remain relevant to its customers? How do we keep evolving so that customers want our services and don't go to someone else who may be smaller, more flexible, more attractive to them? What's important to our customers right now? And one of the things that's important, of course, apart from affordable, accessible broadband speeds, is how do I interact with the cable that's convenient to me, that's safe for me, and that's easy? And our answer is MyCable online account management. But what exactly can the MyCable app do? In short, it can do everything you could do without having to come to the store, with the added bonus of not hassling to find car parking in town, taking time off from work or from lunch. So, MyCable.
All of its customers, the cable is delighted to introduce to all of its customers MyCable. Signing up is a breeze. Visit www.thecable.net and click the MyCable button at the top right. On the next screen, click Register Now to complete the registration process. Please have your current bill on hand to aid you in this process. Now that you are a registered MyCable customer, you've got the power to pay your bills in real time online. Click the Make a Payment tab, enter the payment amount along with your card details, then click Pay Now to complete the transaction. It's that simple. You've also got the power to view your current bill and bill history. Click View Bills to see your latest statements. Click the eye in the right column next to the statement you wish to view. Feeling powerful yet? You've also got the power to upgrade your services. Click Upgrade Services to view all the upgrade options available to you. Click Add next to your option of view, and the value in the price column is added to your existing bill. If by chance you accidentally selected the incorrect package, don't panic. You've got the power to correct that mistake by clicking the Remove button. You've been further empowered. You've also got the power to request a service. Click Request Service and select an option from the drop-down menu, then enter brief comments about the problem you are experiencing. Click Submit Request, and you can expect to hear from one of our helpful customer service representatives within 24 hours. You've got the power to do so much more with MyCable. Log on to www.thecable.net and exercise that power today.
So basically, you can access your cable account online, you can view your bills, you can pay your bills, you can upgrade your services. So everyone knows The Patriots are playing on SportsMax right now. You don't have to come into the store. You can go online, click, I want to subscribe to SportsPack and watch cricket, our T20 cricket. Don't need to come into the store. You can troubleshoot and refresh your own equipment. So all your equipment's listed. If your modem's playing up in one of the rooms in your house, you can go through the troubleshoot guide, refresh it. You don't have to call the office to do that. And it should come back up. In most cases it does. If not, then you can also request a technician's help. You can upgrade, you can buy TV packages, you can send emails to our customer service. The payment is real time, so no more do you have to go to the bank, pay your bill, then say it's not reflected on my account. It's real time. As soon as you refresh, it will be deducted from your bill balance. Send an email to customer services, all from the palm of your hands. It's not an app. It's a web account on the web browser, so it's not an app that you can download. So it's easy. Just www.thecable.net, log in and register for my account. When you have the power of access in the hands of the customers, when we enable that, we move from just providing a service to providing an experience. We want to encourage the wide use of MyCable. It's friendly, it's easy, it's suitable for young and for old, and truthfully, it's a win-win. You don't have to come into the office, everything at the palm of your hands. You can reach out to agents, viewable, anything on your account. And we will be adding more functionality. Now, I just wanted you to hear the music, because doesn't it make you want to move? Doesn't it make you want to dance? Well, in this day of virtual everything and challenges, we're going to give you a sneak preview of our MyCable, I won't say TikTok because that's not a good word right now, MyCable Dance Challenge. Let's go. Can you do that? So you can get money if you, when it's launched, go and do the dance challenge and we'll pick the winners over the next month. Easy? Okay, so in this new world of entertainment, local, regional, using trends, we can do our own trends. Let's hope other companies start their dance challenges or other companies put their challenges into us as well. So, I'd love to urge all of us present, before you leave this morning, we have some of our customer service reps in the corner. If you have a cable account, sign up now and see the functionality of it. We thank you for your loyalty to our brand. A brand, as Laverne said, that's as old as our nation. We share the same birth date. We want to assure you that we will stand shoulder to shoulder with other businesses in the local market and beyond to ensure that our customers are on the receiving end of the best experience in technology, whether it's broadband, whether it's website, whether it's self-service capability. Our commitment to you still stands, giving you more where it matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam CEO. I made one note while she was talking, and that is how the cable has remained relevant. Well, it's not only that it has remained relevant, but it's actually stating a case. Suddenly, a few years ago, we barely remember the cable, I mean, I was telling somebody recently that there was an ad that ran for near 10 years. I remember it, I can sing it word for word now. And suddenly, the cable has burst forth. I mean, this is like a real breath of fresh air, and I think the cable and its leadership deserve a huge round of applause for how far they've come. And so, those of us who would have strayed, well, I didn't, so let me just back up a little bit and say, those of you who would have strayed, this is a good time to come back to the fold, because we have room for you as we explore our localness. So now that the CEO has given us a better idea of what the MyCable is all about, I am sure that a lot of people who are listening online and on channel 95 it is, would now be excited. So you have work to do, the cable staff, you have work to do when you get back. I think today is Friday, but it'll probably be a long day today when your doors would be constantly swinging open to welcome new customers. I congratulate and applaud the entire management and staff of the cable for this wonderful, innovative, and historic milestone. Thank you very much and well done. Mark, are you still down to do the demo? Okay, I'm sorry. I was told that to accommodate the minister, we would have her bring her remarks, and so I want you to help me to welcome Minister Byron Nisbet to present remarks to us.
Thank you so much, CEO, Chairman, and the rest of the head table, members of the board and staff, and the media who are present. Good morning to one and all. First, let me start by saying congratulations to the cable. As would have been indicated before me, it's 37 years. As you all know, we are celebrating our 37th year of independence, and here it is that we have a local company also celebrating 37 years of existence, and we have to give them a round of applause for that. I think it's lost on many that the fact that the cable is actually an all-local, everything local company, and they are, to me, the company that can be considered the beacon company of startups that can happen locally, that can grow, and that continues to be one that faces any challenge and can overcome it. As they would have indicated before me, we've heard time and time again that the cable might be sold, the cable is not going to be able to survive this time, but yet 37 years later, the cable is still here. And as I look through the audience, I see faces that I can remember from since I was growing up, who have been at the cable for all this time. I see Mr. Brown, who is here with us, and I can remember growing up because Mr. Brown and my daughter were classmates. And I could remember going to their home and Mr. Brown in the cable uniform. So to me, he's almost like an icon of the cable. And I'm sure he is proud to see the company that he has been with for so many years and the way in which it continues to progress. As the Minister of Entrepreneurship with that responsibility, I have to say that I would seek to ask everyone to consider the cable as our flagship company in terms of startups. I think there are examples that can be pulled from the cable and ways in which the cable can continue to help us to grow and to develop as well. And so I'm grateful and thankful for the work that they continue to put in terms of continuing to push forward as a company as a whole. And so I am so truly grateful for everything that they continue to do at the cable. This morning we have seen something new being launched at the cable, the MyCable. And I know in these times we're talking about staying relevant. And it's more important now than ever for us to be able to have access to services at our fingertips. And so now the cable have decided we need to be able to upgrade our services. We need to be able to upgrade what we do and bring it into the new century and into the new environment in which we live in. And they answered the call, and they are now launching the MyCable app. And I like the idea of being able to have access to services and being able to do upgrades and whatever it is that you want to do at your fingertips. That makes it so much easier for persons, and that gives you access. And the thought also that the cable is trying to ensure that no one gets left behind in terms of access to the internet. So we are launching the MyCable app, but we are also offering 100 megazitters to every household. So they not only want to give you a tool that you can use, but they want to make sure you have access to that tool as well. It doesn't matter your circumstance. It doesn't matter where you live in this country. I've seen the plan, and the build-out is so that the entire island is covered with broadband service. So you get the opportunity to have access to the services at your fingertip, and they give you the broadband access to allow you to do that, because they understand that no one should be left behind. And of course, we have so many students and persons who will now be using the internet on a day-to-day basis to do schoolwork, to conduct their own businesses. And here it is that at your fingertips, you'll be able to have 100 megs. That was unheard of. You know, she's spoken about from 6 to 15, and this is a huge jump to 100. And I'm sure some of the other companies are thinking the cable is crazy. Why would they want to offer 100 megs to everybody as a startup? That is something that I commend the cable for, an initiative, because we understand this is a new era. And the internet and broadband access is something that is almost like water. It's just as important as water in this time. And so providing that opportunity for persons to have such access, it creates an environment for growth. It creates an environment for us to be able to move on. And so I commend the cable for that. But not only that, I don't know if I'm letting out information that I shouldn't, but I'll say it anyway. I like the idea as well that as minister responsible for entertainment, I know that there is also talks of providing special packages to people within the creative space and entertainment. Can I let that out? And that's something I am excited about, because I know that our creatives, our persons who have to upload music and do all these things and be able to upload video, you need a special speed. And so to be able to have packages that can allow your company and allow your startup to be able to access these tools that are required at special rates, again, commendable by the cable. And as the minister with responsibility, I am so excited to hear that. And I know that it was open to PACE members, but I'm hopeful, because I know that there's some persons in the creative space that may not be members of SPACE who would also like that opportunity. And I'm sure the cable would be willing as well to be able to offer it. And so I just want to thank the cable. And I want everyone to bear in mind, everybody who is listening and watching, I want you to bear in mind and remember, because I think, as I said earlier, it gets lost on so many. The cable is a completely local company that have been able to stand up to any regional or international company which offers the same service. That can't be lost on us. It is an example of how starting out as a small company with a vision and expanding on that vision can create outputs and can create a business opportunity that surpasses anyone's imagination. And I'm sure there's so many other ventures that I hear coming from the cable, and so many persons may look at it and think that's impossible. But my thing is, if it's possible for any other international company to do, it's possible for a local company to do. And the cable will be that example to show us that anything that's possible internationally with all these great persons who have all of these worlds of experience is possible too with our local industrious individuals who continue to progress themselves, who takes pride in whatever it is that they try to set out to do, who have a vision and who wants to stick to ensuring that vision becomes a reality. It's not just some words on a paper somewhere, but rather it becomes a reality. And I would encourage all other local businesses to take a cue from the cable and be able to see how you can be able to develop your business. The other thing that I like about the cable as well is that they are local, but they also use local and encourage local and try to make sure they give them that opportunity as well. And so I've noted that the website that we're launching, locally done. And I'm impressed by that. I look around the room and the setup, locally done. And I'm impressed by that because I know that our local talent has a reach that many persons may not be able to see if you just think about it as if it's just another one of us doing something. But the things that our creatives and our young entrepreneurs can achieve will amaze many. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to have this new ministry that we're about to launch. And I'm asking persons to stay tuned to that because I know what can be achieved by so many of our young people, young entrepreneurs, and the example is set by the cable. So I want to congratulate the cable on the launch of MyCable, on the launch of the new website, and I want to urge them to continue on their vision to create a company that can rival any company that sets foot on St. Kitts. And I want to encourage everyone to continue to support the cable because I do believe that the cable would be able to give us the type of service, and in the long run, they might be the company that just stays and sticks with us. They've proven that they can invest in our local markets, our local entrepreneurs, our local talent. And I know that they will continue to do their best in order to be able to make sure that St. Kitts and Nevis grows in IT, grows in creative spaces, and they are going to stand with us and be with us. And so I want to encourage everyone, if you have strayed, as Lady Chia have said, it's time to come home to the cable because the cable truly is home for us. So it's time to come home to the cable, and I'll take my own advice as well. So everyone, I just want to thank you once again, and do have a great rest of the presentation. I'm looking forward to see the demo. I know I have a meeting, but now I'm a little bit more excited to see the demo. So I'll stick around a little bit more so I can see the demo of the new website, which is produced by, again, our local owned company, Open Interactive, a company that I am very impressed with the type of work that they produce as well. So we have to be able to encourage that. And so, Mr. Stachio Williams, your company, Open Interactive, I congratulate you as well on your collaboration with the cable, and I'm expecting to see quite a website, because I know that your local business does international type of websites, and everything that you do seems international. So once again, thank you so much for having me, and I'm looking forward to great things coming from the cable. Have a good one.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Was her excitement palpable? I mean, I could feel her energy sitting close to her. And that is when I think people share the passion of the moment. It must be that something good is happening at the cable. And that word should reach the length and breadth of this island before this day is ended. Thank you again, Madam Minister. The cable, as the Minister just said, is indeed spurring the growth among local entrepreneurs and startups. And I think that could easily be one of the lines of an advertisement to bring people who are about to start a business into the doors of the cable to get their telecommunication services. And that may just happen after today's event has ended. So, Mark, if you know, oh, Sasha, okay. So, Sasha is now going to demonstrate to us the website. I understand it is nothing like we've ever seen before. So, brace yourself, hold on to your chairs, and let the excitement reach you where you are. Welcome, Sasha.
All right, good morning to everyone, and allow me to adopt the protocol that was so ably established by our Master of Ceremonies, saved and except for, of course, to acknowledge the presence of our minister, our new Minister of Health, Entrepreneurship, Entertainment, and Talent Development, as well as Communications, ICTs. I want to lead off by, first of all, congratulating her for such a powerful statement she made earlier in support of our local entrepreneurs and creatives. And I think she did a wonderful job, and we all should support her. She has put forward a little teaser to her vision, and we should congratulate her for that, right? I also want to thank Pat Walters as well, as the CEO for the Cable and for leading the charge by infusing such vision and passion into the Cable, and we can see it translating into our local communities, affecting every man, woman, and child, right? And I'm doing this specifically because as we look before us, it is clear that the leadership here is by women. You realize how many females here? And so I wanted to call that out because females are leading the way, and they're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Of course, I have to acknowledge the chairman as well, who is my good friend, and who stood strong, as I said earlier, behind not selling the cable. And so with that said, earlier heard about all the exciting things, MyCable, this beautiful launch, and then you're hearing about our website. Now, of course, if you're going to access any service online, especially in today's day with COVID-19, you have to have a nice, user-friendly interface. And so what we have before us today, you would have seen cycling through already a few promotional and nice look and feel, because the Cable is about class, branding, bringing that local feel to our people, right? And of course, as Pat would have indicated, providing more where it matters. So right here, for example, you see we're doing online payments, right? The Cable is allowing all of its customers to come online and pay their bills with online payments. It's also allowing all of its customers to go green by signing up for various services like e-billing and so on, which allows you to get instant updates on your bills online. While I would not take a lot of time to go through the actual website itself because it is nice and vibrant, and for those of us who are savvy, it's nice and user-friendly. But however, I just want to point out a couple of interesting and important things. The MyCable, which you can access right away by a few clicks, it's all over from the top right in your the middle section right there. You can sign up for your account. It's quick and easy. You would have seen the demo video already. But if you want to sign up for an account, it looks pretty much like this. You click there and you fill in the registration form, etc., and that gets you set up quick and easy within minutes. All right? Back to the main website, of course, there's various areas where you can access information about how you can browse, which is your internet packages, watch for Ultra TV live sports streaming to ESPN app, which is free to all Ultra TV users, and of course our e-services where you can sign up, like I said, and get instant alerts by just a click of a button. Nice and easy, all right? I want to move on to one other area on the homepage, because while we're talking about MyCable, sometimes, persons have relatives, family that they would want to pay their bills on behalf, and you may not actually be part of the MyCable. There's an easy button at the bottom of the screen which allows you to pay. If you're not registered, you just want to pay on someone's behalf. So again, providing you more access, more service, where you can access services by the Cable. We also have our social media feeds there. Now the website homepage pretty much says it all. But if you want to go further into the specific areas now, of the website, we have all the internet packages, which gives you an idea of what you can do with them, the pricing, the before, the speeds that you now have. It's all about see more, hear more, feel more, for not 1 cent more. I think Pat brought out that exact notion earlier. So you can browse these and you could actually sign up. Again, by one quick click of a button, fill in the basic form, and that gives you access to the services right away. Ultra TV, which was launched 1 year ago, right at this venue, in a very similar pomp and fashion, quite exciting. The cable has also offered even more by adding additional channels. There's feature channels you can look at. You can look at the various staff and interviews that were done, which speaks about Ultra TV and the various things that you can access there. But more importantly, the channel lineup. A very comprehensive channel lineup, I must say. Second to none in this market, right? And right here again, giving you access. It's all about access to online services. You can actually upgrade and sign up for the Ultra TV service right here as well. More about innovation, the ESPN. ESPN, for those sports fans and fanatics, it's free. It's free to all Ultra TV users, and you can download for both Android and the Play Store, the Apple Play Store. And there's a setup guide, videos about how you can use it, and promotion. So all you have to do, again, log on, and it's quite informative. It's right there. I must also add that for those of us on the go, we're talking mobile, the website actually scales very nicely for mobile service. So if you're on the go, you still have access to sign up for the services. And of course, last but not least, for the business and corporate customers, the cable have you covered as well. Again, offering you more. There's a whole range of services that are available to the cable, via the cable, from DIA, fiber, and many other corporate services that you could access right here and sign up for right at the cable. And more importantly, we can't end without speaking about the whole idea of MyCable. It's about MyCable giving you more access, being able to sign up, being able to upgrade your account, being able to do anything, having the power to access all your services online. And so I want to thank Pat Walters and the entire management and staff of the cable and the Minister, Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, for her strong support of local businesses here in St. Kitts and Nevis and for delivering for the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stachio, the CEO of Open Interactive. And that is really a powerful testimony of how using local talent can deliver. Could you give him again a round of applause? The website is vibrant, it's colorful, it has come alive with people who look like you and me. It's well done, well done. I'm so proud, well done. Bibiana is now going to move a vote of thanks while we allow the minister to leave to take up a next appointment.
I watched and listened to Stachio a moment ago, looking all cool, calm, and collected. And I couldn't help but think about yesterday, last night, and this past week. And Stachio, the song that came to mind was, "Nobody knows the pressure that I bear." Nobody knows. But indeed, it has been quite a bit of pressure on this team. And as you can see from this event, they have delivered. And so, Stachio, to your team, Open Interactive, Keandra, who was part of the dance this morning, Amanda, we say thank you. We don't know if this is going to be enough, but I'd just like to add, through this medium, just put it out there that you guys are indeed the best. Thank you, and thank you. You know, working with Pat Walters as her CCO, at times my task can be pretty daunting. So it's always a pleasure for me at this moment to take the opportunity to thank my colleagues and to thank the partners that we work with, and to honor them and to say, we appreciate all that you do. Thank you for working with us. Thank you so much. Minister Byron Nisbet has departed, but of course, it would be remiss of us if we did not say thank you for her words of encouragement. She readily responded to our call to represent her administration during this morning's brief proceedings. We say thank you to her for her words of commendation, for encouraging us to continue to be a beacon of entrepreneurship for all our citizens. I encourage her to continue to hold us accountable for our vision and for the promises that we have made to you this morning. We thank her indeed for letting the world know that the cable can stand up to any major local, regional, and I dare say, even major company, international company in our space. We thank her indeed, and we thank her administration for their support. Mr. Chairman, this giant of a person, not just in girth, but in character and integrity. Your love for and support of the cable is unquestionable. Thank you. You mentioned that the cable is like sugar. And I want to say to you this morning that if you don't yet have this sugar, then you know something is missing. So we welcome you into our cable family. This is a family that is on the move. A family that is constantly creating, constantly offering, constantly want to do more for you, for our customers, and for the people of this nation. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, for your vision that is always so clear, and for your leadership. Ms. Pat Walters, your generosity of spirit, of grace, of diligence, of your time, encouragement to your staff is always appreciated. While each employee is part of this great engine branded the cable, you are the mastermind that continues to shape and mold and build this company into what it has become today, and to what the greatness that we envision for our future. And I believe that every staff here this morning can give testimony of that fact. Thank you. And as you always say, it is not just about the cable, it is not just about the company. It is about our people. It is about our partners. 100 megs for every citizen. Wow. Wow. She reminded us, as the chair of the ceremony also mentioned, that as individuals and as businesses, we must seize the moment. We must remain relevant. And that's exactly what you saw us do during the height of the COVID season. We stepped in, we stepped up, we were there for you as individuals, as families, and as businesses. We discounted our rates tremendously without being asked to do so. And we did that while continuing to deliver the quality of service that you have become accustomed to from the cable. This is what we are doing. This is what we enjoy doing. This is the cable. Steve Sabish, he's our PMO. For the past few months, your passion for this project was obvious. I know that he is listening either via YouTube or Facebook. So thank you, Steve, for helping us to make this happen. To our business partners, many of whom are here this morning, Bobby of Inside SKN, who brought us this wonderful standee at the last moment. Jamster of Blast Radius Creative. Talk about pressure, Jamster, but you always come through for us. DJ Rankin, what can I say? Thank you so much for your tremendous support. Always. Thank you. Alric Warner of Bass Printing, who is responsible for the flyers that you will see in your packages. We say thank you. Nigel Lewis, True Capo. We say thank you to him, and he's one of those really young, upcoming entrepreneurs who is doing really, really great things and helping to put us on the map. And you're going to see a little bit more from him this morning. Nigel Farrell, Caribbean Marketing Solutions, thank you for working with us. I know that sometimes we can drive you up a wall. May I say it's not me? It is. But yes, we and Mark. Yes, we can. But yes, thank you for working with us. And thank you again for always coming through for us. Dotika and Dotisha, those two young ladies, those other two young ladies that you saw dancing for us this morning, I want to say thank you. They were so amazing. And you know, the thing is, it was only yesterday. Keandra is a dancer, the one in the center, but the other two, twin sisters, it was only yesterday afternoon that we asked them to do this dance for us. And with some trepidation and a lot of nudging, they eventually surrendered and said that they would do it. So can we give them a round of applause again? Thank you so much, young ladies. Now, as is obvious, as you've heard, the cable really delights in supporting local talent and in empowering our people, especially our young people. So I do encourage you to support them. They are on Instagram, and they're trying to do their own thing there on Instagram at Twinsies, TWIN_ZIES, and they're also on Facebook at Dotika and Dotisha. So please go on their social media channels and like them and follow them. Hazel Williams, she's one of our prayer warriors at work. And I just want to thank her for invoking God's presence this morning. I believe you've heard lots about the cable, but really, it's about the fact that nothing is impossible with God. We started this morning's proceedings with prayer. We start our executives meeting with prayer. We are a team that believes in prayer. And we know we could not have accomplished what we have accomplished thus far without God Almighty. So thank you, Hazel. Brian, I believe Brian is outside. He's a member of my marketing team. And what I want to say about Brian is that his blend of humor and hard work has really gotten us through many of a challenging time. And so I want to say thank you to him. Craig, Andy, Voslin, Isis, Aravinda, Trevor, and all our other colleagues, our co-workers here this morning, thank you so much. Without you, we would be nothing. Mark, your energy and enthusiasm, that's like the 100 megs that Pat just mentioned. He is like a bolt of lightning, pardon the pun. But his energy, his passion is really infectious. And I wanted to take a special moment this morning to thank him for the sacrifice that he has made during the past couple of days. I honestly felt that he would have slept in the doghouse last night. But I see he's here all cheerful and bright, and so I want to say thank you to his wife for allowing him to be with us during this very important period of his own personal life. So thank you, Mark. Your sacrifice really and deeply appreciated. Laverne, as always, it's a pleasure doing business with you or working with you. It's always a pleasure, Laverne. Thank you for facilitating our event this morning, and thank you for sharing it as well. Members of the media, this is all for you. And so we look forward to reading and seeing the good, positive, wonderful stories later today and throughout the rest of the week. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. And to all who has contributed to this morning's event, thank you and thank you.
Thank you very much, Bibiana. The funny thing is that the person who gives the vote of thanks never gets thanked, and so we don't know what they themselves contributed, but I'm sure she did a lot of work for us to get to this stage today. So my thanks to you on behalf of everyone. There is a video that is to be shown now by True Capo. So we'll ask you to pay attention to that. Bibiana just mentioned him in her vote of thanks as a local entrepreneur who has who has a bright future ahead of him. Some of us would have seen the link to a video, to a movie that he made that was released on the weekend, that is still the talk in offices and homes right now. So more power to him, and I hope that if I could plug him now, we will go on and support him so that he would reach to where he wants to reach in this particular project.
I've got the power!
The Cable introduces MyCable, your convenient online cable account experience. It gives you the power to pay your bills in real time, manage your account, view your current bills and bill history, view channel lineup, request a service, and upgrade Ultra TV services. All this without ever visiting the cable office. To sign up, all you have to do is log on to www.thecable.net. Now you have the power to manage your account online with MyCable. From The Cable.
I've got the power.
What's the name of the character? Has he been named yet? Thank you very much. And now we know that the information has been presented to us in a variety of ways, and we really can't miss MyCable from here on in. I mean, we have really got the power to do what we want to do with the services that the cable provides from today. And I only wish that we would yield to the call to action and in fact take the power in our hands to do business with the cable. And so this has been deemed a media launch, and we want to give our media representatives the opportunity now to ask any question, to clarify any lead that your story would likely take you when you're ready to write it. There's a microphone that is center of the room so that we don't have a transfer of microphones from person to person in light of the current situation. We ask that you just step forward to the microphone, state your name and the media house that you represent, and ask a question. Thank you very much. The microphone is in the middle of the room. Mr. Tuckett, you're going to lead us off? No? The media can't be shy. Okay, here we go.
Good morning to all. I'm Glenn Bart from SKN Newsline. You talk about vision this morning. You have actually revealed quite an impressive package. I want to go a little further though. As part of the vision of the cable and in light of the current environment in which we live, the cable as an entertainment entity, is there any vision, any direction towards assisting, encouraging, facilitating local content creators? That's my question.
Thank you for that great question. When we launched Ultra TV last year, we said that we would be looking to facilitate local content. And so right now, this is being shown on Channel 95 as is other local content, but we will be rolling out more channels for local producers of content and to highlight regionally as well over the next, I would say, about 9 to 12 months as we upgrade our TV services. So absolutely, it's in the vision.
Good morning, everyone. Shani Carvey from ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. So you said earlier that this is a website. Will we eventually get these services in app form?
Excellent question. So yes. So we want the app to be developed locally. There are app developers regionally and internationally, but we want it to be done locally. So we will be looking in the near future for a local developer to turn the MyCable functionality into an app that can be downloaded from either Google or the Apple Store.
Good morning, Kevin Brown from Win Media. You mentioned about vision and the importance of the internet as a whole to livelihood as we move forward. Is there any vision towards creating a streaming platform for the cable to offer your channels online?
That's an excellent question. So along the roadmap of TV, right now linear TV, which is cable subscription-based, you watch it at a specific time, is something around the world that's dying. And so we have to go to what we call over-the-top or streaming TV. And so it's in our roadmap to move from linear TV to watching TV anytime, anywhere at your leisure, like Netflix or Amazon Prime. So that is in our roadmap to go over the top. We're starting with kind of anywhere TV with the ESPN app. So we're offering that free to our customers, so that you can watch live sports, you can listen to radio, you can catch up on games that you missed on ESPN Play. So that's our first foray into that. We will be doing other types of entertainment that's not sports related before we go straight into streaming. Thanks for that question.
Good morning, Alicia Daniel Blake, Sugar City 90.3 FM, and thank you for conveying well wishes to the broadcaster for Sugar City, Mr. Valentine Thomas. And congratulations for this empowering tool that you have put into the hands of the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the capability to be able to use something that is of a high standard, I should say. So now, in terms of what is offered, is there also a possibility for residents to be able to suggest cable channels in terms of the basic ultra package? Because, for example, we're in a season where we have hurricanes, and the channel that is presently on the package seems not as efficient as the original weather channel. So is there any possibility where we can also suggest what can be shown on the basic package? Thank you.
That's a great question. Thank you. Absolutely. In fact, when we launched Ultra last year, we changed the channel lineup directly because of feedback from customers. So we added movies in, so we added Cinemax, we added a replacement for what was USA, so we added AXN for the Criminal Minds, NCIS, Law and Order. We added Al Jazeera for news. What else did we add, team? We added a number of channels. 3ABN was added for Seventh-day Adventists, and so we constantly look to our customers to tell us what type of content they want. The Weather Channel came up, and in fact, myself and my team were going backwards and forwards between Carla Weather and the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel's far more expensive, and so to make the package affordable, we would have had to, if we brought that in, lost something else that customers wanted. So we stayed with Carla, and Carla actually completely changed their layout because we told them that we couldn't read what was on the screen. It was too cluttered. So they revamped it, but I understand what you're saying, and to be fair, I've thought that the past few months that the Weather Channel probably would have been better right now in this season, so we may look at that again. But we do listen to our customers. Without the feedback from our customers, we do not evolve, we do not make ourselves relevant. And so we have changed the lineup. We will continue to change the lineup as we go forward. We were going to remove some content that was new, and we were told no, we had to add it back in. So it's kind of a push and forth. And some of the channels we launched with, we've completely let go to bring channels that customers wanted. So I hear that suggestion, and I'll re-look at that. Yeah.
Any other question? No? So I take it that we're on. Okay, Precious is coming.
Good morning, Precious Mills, the Labor Spokesman newspaper. I have 2 questions. Have all customers been returning home to the cable? And if yes, what has been the pull factor or factors? And with this latest service being launched, what is happening in terms of investment in the staff, training, development, etc.? Thank you.
So I missed the first half of the question, but was the question about just the end bit, about the staff training? Yes? Oh, with development. Okay, so for the past 2 years, the team at the Cable have been going through training consistently. So from protocol training, which you might not think is important, and etiquette training, to business skills training, to technical training, to customer service training. In fact, we have about 30 staff at the moment going through online modular training. We've had mentoring, leadership training. Training and staff development is critically important to me. And I say to all of my staff that there's an obligation to develop yourself in an area at least once every year, in an area that's either work-related or soft skills related, or leadership or training related. And the company gives lots of the training, but we expect the staff to also learn for themselves as well. And I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but my mantra is if you look after your staff, they will look after the customers and the profits will come. So, as Bibiana says, I can be quite tasking, quite hard, but I also am extremely hard and very passionate about staff development and training. Oh, so you asked if customers had come back? In hundreds and hundreds. Yes. Good. So it's strange because I often go down to the front office and ask customers as they're at the front desk whether they've been a customer before, why are they coming back, why have they chosen the Cable. I ask my staff, I'm with my staff all the time. Some of it's affordability. They believe that we have the most affordable packages for what they need, both broadband and internet. Others, surprisingly, is the local side, that they want to support a local entity. And others are that they believe that we're the best.
Good morning. I have 3 questions. The first one is directed towards a response you gave earlier. Realistically, based on the feedback you would have gotten, how many of those feedback you can actually implement based on the cost structure as well as what customers want?
For the TV channels?
Yes.
About 80%.
So would we be seeing changes in the lineup of what is being offered at this moment?
So we have implemented about 80% of the changes, and the other 20%, some of them is affordability, some is just not licensed to broadcast here in this region. So some of the channels, let's say wrestling, everybody likes wrestling, SmackDown. When it became licensed, another license provider bought the rights completely, so we couldn't broadcast it. So although our customers wanted it, and although it was affordable, we just couldn't broadcast. The own channel that customers wanted, Oprah Winfrey Network, was not licensed in this region. When it became licensed, because of the customer feedback, we took that channel on. We are now arguing for it to be more of the American channel, because some of the content is repetitive. And so we continue, even though we broadcast some of them, to try and get them to be the English-only feeds. So about 80% we take on.
Okay, and just one quick follow-up to that. Based on the other 20% that you're working to have implemented, would we be seeing an increase in the cost probably within the long term of the current prices that we're paying?
So no, one of the things that I think has been fantastic with the launch of Ultra is the all-you-can-eat linear TV package, so something that's affordable with lots of variety. Additional premium packages will be just premium bolted on the top, so you'll pay for it. So customers wanted pure movies, they are very expensive, and so that's a bolt-on package. Some sports is extremely expensive. That will be Bolton as well. And it will go more towards live streaming, so you can pay for it as you go. You don't have to pay a monthly subscription.
Okay, I'm just going to ask the final two questions. One, you're currently doing upgrades in terms of the network for internet. Can we get a time frame as to when that upgrade will be completed? Because there's some technical issues in terms of how customers are receiving their internet. And around this time last year when you launched Ultra TV, there was some discussion surrounding the whole fiber uptake and being more digital. Can you just speak to when that whole operation is going to be completed?
It's a great question. So we had intended to already start our upgrade, but COVID got in the way. And so within the next 2 months, you'll start seeing fiber upgrade. Now, we've been upgrading our internet network all year. You'll see our crew out, and our crew's here. They work almost 24/7, 7 days a week, upgrading. We're in new areas, we're replacing line plant, we're upgrading fiber all the time. The high-speed fiber to the home network will commence now that we have funding all resolved and in place within the next 2 months. And on top of that will be the move to digital and IPTV. So you asked when it will be completely finished. The whole entire rollout, probably 2 years, but everyone should start seeing some benefits within the next 3 to 6 months.
Alicia from Sugar City once again. In terms of COVID-19, the cable has been working with the government in terms of making sure that our young people are able to get access to online education. And could you please provide an update on that in terms of maybe the installations as well as the actual service with the learning that was being provided? Thank you.
Thank you. So the cable partnered with the other 2 telecommunications companies. We collaborated together. So the cable, Flow, and Digicel came together and partnered with the government to provide internet to those households that didn't have internet, and to provide data services to some of the students for tablets. So the other 2 providers did that because we don't do mobile. It was a contract for the summer for 3 months, but the sign-ups were not as much as we had expected, so it continues. So all of the installations that the government has given, all the providers, has been done. And they will just keep getting that free installation, the service from the government until the funds run out or the government decides to renew, but that's still ongoing.
Glenn Barrett, SK Newsline, once again. Could you provide a breakdown in the investment that you all have carried out over the past year or 2 in terms of your foundation equipment, in terms of your human resource training and upgrade, but put it in financial terms for us, please.
Both in terms of material and human costs as well. So in terms of network upgrades, I'm not going to be exact and specific because some of our information is private. But if I say in the region of about $3 million over the past year, growing 4 to 5-fold in the next 2 years for network infrastructure. For training and development, hundreds of thousands of dollars in training and investment from literally hundreds of dollars. So both very material to the financial statements of the cable.
Shanique Harvey from ZIZ again. How soon can persons access this website?
Now.
Now.
In fact, Nigel just WhatsApped me and said he's signed up already and he had to leave.
I think we may have had all of the questions from the media, unless there's one floating around somewhere that somebody wants to share. If not, I want to thank the media for their very solid questions today. And I track your stories when I do these events, so it would be interesting to see the angles that you write your respective stories from. And I often say that at events like these, there's really more than one story that can evolve. So we would be very keen to see how you treat the information today, because there's obviously a reliance on you to share with your respective audiences and to gauge whether or not your stories are in fact reaching the people who you want them to reach. So we thank you very much for setting aside some time on a Friday morning. A Friday is a little bit of an odd time to have an event, and so we really thank you for coming out in your numbers to add to this launch event this morning. And if there is nothing else to suggest or to ask about, I want to now invite us all to grab a snack pack from the table at the back, and there's always room for getting personal soundbite from the CEO and or the management team of the cable while you network for the next couple of minutes. Thank you very much for coming out this morning.
Thank you.
We just wanted to remind everyone that if you want to be first out the gate, you can also sign up this morning. The ladies at the desk on the left of this room would be able to walk you through the sign-up process. Thank you. Hi. Okay. Let me round them up.
Gary Joseph. Campbell and Dean Wynn. Couldn't get it past Patrick. Hit the gun. Wonderful start from the skipper. Only he can. And Lewis just keeps pounding it. The right hand South African loves it.
The Cable is delighted to introduce to all of its customers MyCable. Signing up is a breeze. Visit www.thecable.net and click the MyCable button at the top right. On the next screen, click Register Now to complete the registration process. Please have your current bill on hand to aid you in this process. Now that you are a registered MyCable customer, you've got the power to pay your bills in real time online. Click the Make a Payment tab enter the payment amount along with your card details, then click Pay Now to complete the transaction. It's that simple. You've also got the power to view your current bill and bill history. Click View Bills to see your latest statements. Click the eye in the right column next to the statement you wish to view. Feeling powerful yet? You've also got the power to upgrade your services. Click Upgrade Services to view all the upgrade options available to you. Click Add next to your option of View, and the value in the price column is added to your existing bill. If by chance you accidentally selected the incorrect package, don't panic. You've got the power to correct that mistake by clicking the Remove button. You've been further empowered. You've also got the power to request a service. Click Request Service and select an option from the drop-down menu, then enter brief comments about the problem you are experiencing. Click Submit Request and you can expect to hear from one of our helpful customer service representatives within 24 hours. You've got the power to do so much more with MyCable. Log on to www.thecable.net and exercise that power today.
The Cable introduces MyCable, your convenient online cable account experience. It gives you the power to pay your bills in real time, manage your account, view your current bills and bill history, view channel lineup, request a service, and upgrade Ultra TV services. All this without ever visiting the cable office. To sign up, all you have to do is log on to www.thecable.net. Now you have the power to manage your account online with MyCable. From The Cable.